Russian newspaper points out Iran's fatal weakness in the conflict with Israel after 12 days of intense fighting with Israel. Russian media said that Iran needs to realize a clear lesson. It urgently needs to modernize its air force if it wants to effectively defend itself against future conflicts. Relying on air defense systems alone is not enough, according to Russian newspaper Topwar.ru. In the past 12-day conflict, Iran's air defense system, despite being widely deployed, still could not prevent Israeli aircraft from infiltrating and attacking strategic targets. The Russian newspaper assessed that Iran's air defense is still mainly a close-range defense line, depending on old and easily disabled radars. In fact, Israel uses F-35I aircraft carrying long-range weapons, such as the AGM-158, to attack from a distance beyond the reach of most Iranian air defense systems. Even the S-300 Uta systems that Iran purchased from Russia in 2016, considered one of its main air defense weapons, have proven ineffective due to drone attacks on the fire control radars. When the radars stop working, the air defense system is almost useless. This situation makes Iran's airspace a playground for Israeli aircraft. According to Topwar.ru, Iran's air force has hardly fought a war due to its lack of air combat capability. Outdated. Air Force Sharon currently possesses old F-14, F-24, and MiG-29 fighters, mostly from the 1970s-1980s. These squadrons lack modernization and spare parts, so they cannot take off in an emergency. Although Tehran has purchased a number of Su-35 fighters from Russia, it has received only about 4 so far. This number is not enough to create a deterrent, not to mention that Iranian pilots still do not have experience operating this modern aircraft effectively. The Russian newspaper commented, "A standard aircraft squadron needs at least 20 to 24 aircraft." In the context of Russia focusing on producing Su-35s for domestic needs and the conflict in Ukraine, the possibility of Iran receiving more aircraft in the near future is very limited. Situational choice to make up for the shortage. Iran may be interested in the Chinese-made J-10C aircraft, which is cheaper than the Su-35. At the end of June, Iranian Defense Minister Aziz Nasserzad and a military delegation visited China, reportedly to discuss the purchase of J-10C. The J-10C actually demonstrated its capabilities in the short-term conflict between Pakistan and India in May 2025. Pakistan's J-10C fighters, believed to be equipped with PS-215 long-range air-to-air missiles, have cost India some losses. The J-10C can compete head-to-head with the F-16 fighter currently in service with the Israeli Air Force. The J-10C's biggest weakness is its short range, only about 800 to 1,200 kilometers without or with external fuel tanks. For Iran, a country with a large territory and the need to intercept from a distance, this is a limitation. The Russian newspaper said Su-35 is still the preferred choice compared to the J-10C. The Su-35 fighter has a clear advantage in terms of flight range up to 3,600 kilometers, weapons capacity 8 tons, and target detection range over 300 kilometers. With 12 hardpoints, the Su-35 can carry a variety of missiles at the same time, from the short-range R-73 air-to-air missile to the long-range R-37M missile. According to Russian newspapers, one Su-35 has the combat capability equivalent to 2 to 3 J-10Cs. The Su-35's radar and electronic warfare systems have proven effective in the conflict in Ukraine. Iran needs both, according to Topwar.ru. In the context of a lack of options, Iran may pursue a combined strategy, adding more Su-35s in the long term and prioritizing the immediate J-10C to solve the short-term problem. Although the J-10C is not an ideal choice for long-range combat, this aircraft model is still capable of intercepting Israeli fighters at medium range if deployed effectively. In particular, with a cheaper price and shorter delivery time, China can become an important military partner for Iran in the transition period. The Russian newspaper commented, Iran cannot rely solely on air defense to protect its airspace. It needs modern radars, fighters capable of long-range interception, and supporting air defense systems. The recent conflict showed that these three pillars of Iran are all weak, and to avoid repeating the passive scenario, Tehran needs to urgently add new generation fighter jets.